Let's do one more. How much time you got past? That's already 11 minutes. Just sitting there, just shopping and shooting the shop. What came out? It came back out again, bro. We just put it back in, the insight. So if anybody else is going through energy like this, like speak up against family incest, speak up any negative like that can come out of a person's mouth. Speak up against it, because the shit ain't right. And I guarantee you this, look, see, it leads you to hell. See, can't even make that shit up. Trying to put now these people who were doing all of this blah 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 blah. All these people that were they're gonna be in prison. Because he also said, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And you're going to get exactly what if death and life is in the power of the tongue, and everybody who has pleasure in it is going to eat the fruit of it. See now my family ain't too happy about opening up their mouth. See, even though they were attacking me. 40 years these people were doing this shit to me. All for money. And now they're going to have legal issues. Why? Because the money that they stole and the money that they hid has it has an attachment to murder. Cold cases that happened 20 years ago. And remember, the bird is the word, right? So like Bob Marley said, 3 little birds were by my doorstep singing sweet songs. What was one of the songs? Your family's a bunch of murderers. Your family stole from you. Holy shit, fucking fire. And the last song, they're not really your blood family. What? See, karma. Can't make it up. Because one day I sat in here just, doing what I do. And then I started looking at everybody's picture. And I started looking. And then I started looking at the people who had kids. 40 years passed, right? Generations, right? And I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't look like any of these motherfucking people. Not one person in that whole family do I have any resemblance. That will be called an impossibility. But guess what? I'm looking at all of their pictures. They all got similar features in one way, shape, or form. And you telling me one person compared to all of these people, I don't share any physical traits, features, or mannerisms. That ain't right, is it? Why is that? Because of the 3 little birds? I guarantee you it is. It's impossible. Out of all the people that's in this family, that I have no physical features, physical mannerisms, or even characteristics of any of them? That's not right. It's damn right impossible unless what? I was switched or somebody was not the father. Another reason why they attacked me. So 40 years, they all knew this. Everybody knew but me. 7697, let's see what that says before we stop that. 40 years, they all said this. Everybody knew but me. But when I looked at because I got a picture of as many of them as possible, even their kids who had kids. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my baby pictures until I got bigger, until I am now. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I don't look like none of them. That's impossible. It's impossible. So 7697. It says a highly spiritual message reminding you to embrace your inner willpower to transition from a period of stagnation into a natural flow of success. You mean like thinking these people were actually family? That would be considered a form of stagnation if I ever saw one. Because that's 50 people who all knew. And they were willing to keep up a lie so that they can keep something that wasn't theirs. Because I looked at all the pictures, the kids' pictures, their kids' pictures. I looked at their baby pictures. And I mean, like, no features? No characteristics. You telling me out of all of you, I look like none of you? That's impossible. It encourages you to trust your intelligence. Face your personal truths. And use your gifts to serve others. If that's not what the fuck I'm doing, I don't no. And then there's your confirmation. See what I mean? It's because I know God gave me gifts and I'm using these gifts to help other people. And because of the family who was even racist against me are mad because I'm showing people that they were all liars. The whole family. The whole family. Like I said, people couldn't even imagine what it is to be like me and be able to go through this shit without having a meltdown. Jetson, you're fired type fucking meltdown. They would never be able to understand this. That's a lot of people for a lot of years, 4 decades of all collaborating together, knowing that none of them was actually related to me in the first place. None of them. It's impossible to have no features of anybody in a family that large. It's impossible. It would have to mean that somebody was lying about who the fuck my parents were. 40 years, and they knew it. It's not like they just find it out. They knew about it. So just saying something like, hey, nigger, is not going to fucking bother me. Calling me something else is not going to bother me. Why? Because I was raised in a place that did it on a continuous basis. As if you were breathing in and out, I was being fucked with. All the way up into the extent that it's still trying to have an effect on me 40 years later. But now that I realize ain't none of them my family, do you think I give a fuck? So then think about it, knowing that none of these people are my family, right? So then they go in front of these courts and stuff saying that my mental is unstable. If you held up a lie for 40 years, had everybody else do it, meaning they have to be contagious, right? What would that make the people who were saying this now? Wouldn't that make them mentally unstable? The whole lot of them. Just think about what I'm saying. The whole family came together to call you crazy. And when you find out that you're actually, none of them are related to you, yet they were still trying to have you committed as if you were related to them, what would that look like in front of the fucking public? It looked like the cat's out of the bag, don't it?